Hey you guys, this is a quick video. I'm doing this video because I like to at times give you raw information. Um, my videos don't always have, the big bells and whistles, but I like to come to you guys with substance. And I like to come to you guys with real information, things that really do help your life, things that really do help us as women, as wives, as daughters, as friends, things that actually, can impact you. And um, at times, because I know so many people they have watched my journey, having the gastric sleeve and being almost 2 months out, and so looking forward to so much more to come. I know that a lot of people have looked into having weight loss surgeries. I know a lot of people has actually um, scheduled weight loss surgeries where I did, which is through a light of me and Dr. Lopez. I know a lot of people that has personally sent me emails, messages. I even talk to Dr. Lopez quite often, actually. And I know that a lot of you guys um, are actually scheduled to have the surgery. So I like to come to give you guys at times videos, not just about the positives and the ups and the wonderful experience that having weight loss surgery can be, because you are going to have those moments. But you're going to also have the moments that are considered down moments. The moments that, you can be, at your highest point and then at your lowest point. Um, and I don't know what category you would put this in, this feeling, but I'm coming to you guys with a feeling that you are going to experience if you have weight loss surgery. How can I be confident in knowing that you will experience this? Well, because we all experience it. Because eating is a natural thing. It's something that we do, from the first few months of our lives. And of course, from the first few hours of our life, we consume. We may consume through bottle or through nipple or whatever, through breast. We still consume. So, eating, consuming, is something that is natural and second nature. So, because I know that obviously you haven't gotten to the point that you are with being overweight, um, you haven't gotten to that point by not eating. So, obviously, you've had some struggle with eating, or whether that's overeating or not consuming the right things or whatever. Okay. Um, because I know that you will forever have to consume, have to eat, you are going to go through a process, an emotional and physical process. You are going to go through those processes and have ups and downs. Something that I'm experiencing right now, and I experience it, quite often, is you have to get to learn your new belly all over again. Um, your body is, in a sense, foreign right now. You are just like a baby, and you're learning how to eat. You're learning what to eat. These are things that unfortunately you cannot read. You cannot get information from looking at a video. You cannot even take my experience and think that your experience is going to be the same. This is something that you are going to have to learn by trial and error, because I've learned that even the things that you would think that you can digest and that you can handle, I still can't handle. Um, but things that you would assume that you can handle, you'll wind up being able to handle. I've heard several people saying that they can take processed foods, but they can't take real whole foods or natural foods. Um, and that's just them. As for me, for instance, I can't handle tuna, but I can handle roast beef. So the things that you the perception that you have in your head may not be the case. And the only way you will know that as if or the only way you would know that is by trial and error and finding what your threshold is and finding what you can handle. Now, speaking of threshold, what you'll experience at time is going beyond that. Now, um, why do you go beyond that? Well, because even though the some of us, and I fall into that category, and I say some of us because some people, they may be different, but I can only speak about myself and and the facts that I know. And I have never experienced hunger since I've had the surgery. The part of the stomach that actually produced the hormone is removed. Now, some people say they still feel hunger. Some people say they don't. I just happen to be one of those that I never felt any hunger and still don't. Do I still eat? Yes, because for one, I need the vitamin intake, and for two, um, it's natural for us to want to do so, and for three, I've had a issue with eating all of my life. So the mental hunger or the mentality behind just wanting to eat and taste is still there. That's never going to go away. You can find methods or ways to handle it, but it's never going to actually go away. So, with that being said, you are going to have to find your tolerance level. Again, this is yet again another example of these things are not something you can read. These things are not something that the doctor can tell you. These things are not something you can learn from a video or a book. This will be customized for you or to you. And you're going to have to learn that. And that's going to take time. Everybody's time is different. Me being 2 months over or out, I'm still having to learn this. But after you have the surgery, once you're able to eat and move on to different stages of foods that you're able to consume, even in the beginning, from the beginning to the end, you're still going to have to find how many bites you can actually eat. Okay? For example, I may take 5 bites of a piece of fish. Okay? But I start feeling myself get full after the second bite. I go for 3 more after that. Once I reach that fifth bite, I literally can't swallow anymore. Literally because it feels like I have rocks in my stomach. I'm that stuffed. I mean, so stuffed that literally I'm breathing. My breathing is kind of like slowing down. Um, I'm frustrated. I don't want anybody around me talking to me like that stuffed. Okay, but why did I continue after the second bite and after I felt myself already getting full? Well, that that is an issue because we have an issue with food, clearly. Okay? And why do we go for that third, fourth, and fifth bite? Because we do have an issue with food, and our mind still wants to have it. Our taste buds still wants to have it. But the sleeve's job is to stop you from doing that. And if you don't stop and listen to your sleeve, you will feel miserable, like I feel right now. I wanted to do this video while I'm in the moment, while I feel miserable, because I wanted to be able to give it to you raw. I wanted to give it to you authentically. I wanted to give it to you in the moment. You will feel literally like I'm not over exaggerating. I literally, when I get like this, I have to tell everybody to not talk to me because it's almost like you have to focus on that, trying to, get that feeling to go. And Now, I haven't experienced, to be honest, I haven't experienced vomiting, but some people, when they feel like this, they vomit. I haven't experienced that, but I do feel extremely stuffed, you guys. I mean, it's a feeling. I'm trying to give you comparisons and analogies. It's a feeling that you trust me, you've never felt this full ever, not having the gastric sleeve or weight loss surgery. It's a fullness that you've never felt unless you've had 80% of your stomach removed. A comparison, I would say, is having 80% of your stomach removed and having only 20% left. That's what the gastric sleeve did. Okay. Now, when I feel like this, when I go for that third, fourth, and fifth bite, I feel like I'm stuffing a grapefruit inside of a walnut. That's what it feels like. It's the worst feeling. You don't feel pain, but it's a feeling that's like a over spillage. It's just the worst feeling, you guys. And hopefully that triggers something in your mind to get you to stop going for that third, fourth, and fifth bite. And it does eventually come. It does eventually come because I know that I now, being almost 2 months out, I don't go for that third, fourth, and fifth bite all the time. Where in the beginning, I pushed the envelope quite often. Now I don't push the envelope as much. And I find that whenever I feel that full feeling, like instantly, my mind remembers the feeling that I'm going to feel, the stuffed feeling I'm going to feel if I go for that third, fourth, and fifth bite. Now, sometimes, because I do have an issue with food, and I more than likely will always have some sort of an issue. I'll find tactics, I'll find coping mechanisms, I'll find things to, help me along, but I will always have to implement tools to overcome it. Now, um, I do at times, like I said, at times I do push the envelope, but that's because, I want it. My mind wants it. My taste buds wants it. But I can say that my brain automatically says, do you want to feel that feeling? Sometimes I say, go for it. I'm just going to feel it. But in the end, it's really not worth it. Okay. But I'm just telling you something to look forward to. I'm telling you something that this is going to come. This is going to happen. Um, but that's why the counseling comes into play. That's why prayer comes into play. See, this is work. This is work. It's definitely not the easy way out because it's a lot of mental work. It's a lot of learning yourself. You feel kind of like a freak and you feel foreign. Um, and that is yet another layer of something that you're going to have to work through and tackle because you do not feel the same. Your whole world has changed because food was a big part of our world. To some of us, food was our world. Okay, it doesn't sound pretty, it doesn't sound cute, but it's the truth and it's reality. It's some people's reality. So when you eliminate that, you're going to have all kinds of issues, emotions, and things like that that's going to come up. This is why you have to be prepared as much as you can. And you have to also understand that it's going to be a process. It may take you months, it may take you years. It's going to be a process. And if you are not at the stage in your life where you can handle the process, for one, and for two, if you're not in the stage of your life where you are not so far along that you cannot lose weight on your own, if you can lose weight on your own, if you can try other methods and be successful at it, do that. But if you are like me and you've battled something so long and you tried so many different things. Not only tried it once or twice, but you've tried it over and over again. You've been successful at weight loss many, many times, but you've gained it back many, many times. And you've always struggled and you need help. Then, yes, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to understand that you're going to feel like a freak sometimes, if you're willing to understand that nobody's going to get you that's around you all the time, if you're willing to understand that um, it's going to take a process and it's going to take time and it's going to have to be a lot of trial and error. If you're willing to do these things, then yes, you are a candidate, and yes, you should look into it. But this is definitely not for the weak at heart. It's definitely not for those who think that they're just going to wake up and all is going to be well. And it's definitely not for those who are not willing to go along with the process and to let the sleeve do its thing and you do what you need to do on your end. So I hope this video has helped someone. I hope this video has enlightened someone. Even if you're not the one having the surgery, maybe, somebody is going to have the surgery, and you can maybe direct this video to them. And also, it will give you a little bit more insight to have a little bit of more empathy towards someone that is going through the process. So on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I'm sorry for the video being a little dark. It is 11 o'clock at night. Um, but and if you're wondering why I ate so late, it's because I don't sleep that often. I do have a problem sleeping right now. I've been taking a couple of things, but I do have a problem sleeping right now for some reason. But I probably won't go to sleep for another 4 hours, so that's why I was able to nibble on something. But I just nibbled 3 and 4 and 5 times too many times. But I just wanted to come and give you an in the moment and a little bit of insight behind the scenes. And but I will say this before I leave: through my ups and my downs, even in my down moments, even in my struggles, I wouldn't change it for the world. You know why? Because this surgery literally saved my life. And I am thankful for that. So even in my struggles and even in my triumphs, I am thankful and I won't complain. So on that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I'll talk to you guys later and be blessed.